standing here in my hotel room in Chamonix. I'm going to give my race review of the Dewitt Summer Fun Run 5K I did, I think 2 weeks ago now, and it went pretty well. I'm a little bummed about it because it was a really good chance to get a #1 overall. I ended up third. I lost to a 12-year-old, believe it or not, so that was a little frustrating. I was out in front for a little while, but basically I'm just not back up to my normal 5K pace, and that's the real killer. Is like, if I would have just been at my normal 5K pace, I could have won the thing. So that was a little frustrating, but it wasn't a race I really had any high hopes for. I was hoping to get #1 overall. That's a pretty high hope, but I mean, I wasn't really, deeply invested in getting it. So I had just run the marathon 2 weeks previous to that, and I think between my legs still recovering from then and still trying to get back from having injured both knees, I just am not back into my normal speeds yet. So I finished in something over 20 minutes, 20:09 or something like that. I don't even know off the top of my head what I finished. I was slower than I was at Mason, so that was another kind of bummer. But between the heat, it was awful humid and hot. It was a summer run, and even at 9 o'clock or whenever we started, it was already pretty hot out there. So between that and the other factors of having tired legs and still coming back from injury, I just couldn't go much faster than that. My first mile was pretty fast, and then it just hit me like halfway through the race that I just couldn't keep up with the leader. So, but overall, all things considered, I got a #3 overall. It was a fun run. I'd never run into Dewitt before. I got first in my age group, so that's always nice. I got a nice little glass cup for first in my age group, so that was nice, and just basically a fun time. So nothing really extraordinary about the race. A little bit about the course. It was actually pretty darn hilly. I went out and practiced before the race to know what I was getting into, because I wasn't sure at all which direction to go or anything like that. So I ran the course very slowly before the race just to know what I was in for. And there were some pretty darn steep hills up and down. So if anyone's ever going to run that, just be aware of that. Nothing gigantic, but it's just, I mean, it wears on you if you're running, your normal 5K pace and you hit 3 big hills. It takes a lot out of you, so be prepared for that. It's a cool little trail kind of through the woods, so that helped a little bit even in the heat with having, a little bit of cover from the sun and all that. But it was pretty well organized. It's a very small event, maybe 100 or 150 runners total, something like that. I mean, it was pretty darn small, so nice little run if you're just looking for a fun run. So that's pretty much it. I'm in Chamonix. I'm running the Cross du Mont Blanc tomorrow, so I'm going to record my preview for that right after this and get that up, and then report back on how that went. I also have a shoe review coming up, so stay tuned for that. Thanks very much for watching. Subscribe if you like the content, and I'll be back soon.